Hi there, welcome back. We've made it to shelf 5, part 1. This is the short shelf. Most of these are actually traditionals, but there will be a few classics coming in. We'll start with Misty. I found her at an antique store in Illinois or Indiana. She was down on a shelf with a bunch of other common stuff, and I'm in a phase where I stop and I pick up everything. And when I stopped and picked her up, I realized not only was she a glossy, she was what's called the four-eyed Misty, because she has this extra circle around her eye. Her pattern is much different. This was the very first original issue of Misty. She was only made this way for a short period of time before they corrected the pattern to be more correct for the Misty Chincoteague mold. So she's pretty rare and she's pretty special. Then I have this Grazing Mare in Palomino. She is a chalky. I also picked her up at an antique store, but it's been long enough. I have no idea what antique store it was or what the story was, but she's been on my shelf for a long time. She's one of my first chalkies that I ever found. Then we have a pair of Cantering Welsh Ponies. This one I got from the Black Horse Ranch collection. It's kind of an apricot chestnut, and it's from the Small World special run. They only made 500 of, I think, 4 different colors. And this is one, and then this Flea Bitten gray is another one. I found this one at an antique store and picked her up there because she was in really nice condition. But both of these were from the 1988 Small World special run, back in the very first days of special runs. Then we have a nice glossy gray Dapple Old Timer. He's really nice, really thick gloss. This is from my original herd. So I probably still have the box for this one because I saved all my boxes from when I was a kid, and that's how they'd travel with me, was in their original boxes. So he's a really nice shape and condition for his age, but the gloss really helps protect the paint jobs on him. This guy is the Alabaster Old Timer, and he is in matte, has his original hat, and he just has really nice moderately heavy shading. A lot of these guys won't have a lot of shading, they'll just be white. He has lots of nice heavy gray shading, so I had to keep him. This is Hobo of the Lazy Heart Ranch. It's a traditional, considered a traditional scale mold. I think he's very early. I think he's from back when I was collecting as a kid. And then this is Ganache on the, I have no idea how to pronounce it, mold. Really gorgeous. He's a Breyer Fest special run from 2015. They made about 1,200 of them. He shows off beautifully in really good lighting. He's got some absolutely stunning shading, but he's so dark it's kind of hard to see. And I just fell in love with him, so had to keep him. This next mold makes me laugh. This is the OT Sara Moniet Justadream mold. I think this one was from the World Equestrian Games special run. It's the head up version of the mold. And I got this one from the Breyer website. I think they had leftovers from the World Equestrian Games a couple of years ago. And then this is, I think, the OT Sara Moniet. Yeah, I have in the back the box. OT Sara Moniet. This is the head down version of the mold. And the reason that I I didn't buy this one, I keep this one because I got this horse at the Breyer event in New Jersey when they took us on a tour of the Breyer company factory, and they had a trivia contest, and I consider myself a fairly knowledgeable Breyer collector, and one of the questions was, is the OT Sara Moniet mold head up or head down? And we failed miserably, my team, so we didn't win. So I won this horse in one of the contests that they had at that event, and so I have to keep it as my gentle reminder that although I'm a trivia nerd, I don't know everything. So I keep this one as my reminder. This is Lady Roxana. She is from my original herd. I bought her brand new at a toy store back in 1986, 87 when she was first released. Back in the day, we thought it was a very pretty mold. It is indeed a pretty mold, but not very accurate. But I do keep her for that reason. This is the, I think, Magnum something or other mold pony. He is glossy. He is a contest win from Breyer Fest. Actually, my mom won this mold for the Breyer Fest where you did a big Kentucky Derby hat. And she did this giant hat with all these big peacock feathers, and it was really cool. So I bored this horse, but this is officially Mom's horse that she won at Breyer Fest. This is, I think, called the Mariah mold. This is interesting. These guys were all traditionals. Now we're getting into the classic mold. So this is a classic mold. It is sculpted by Christina Lucas Francis, and this is actually glossy. I think they were children's youth show prizes or some form of Breyer live show prize. I actually bought this horse from Christina. She got them when she designed the horse. And so that's a really rare. I think they only made 20, I think, of this guy. So that's pretty rare. This is the Black Beauty family, or Black Stallion. This is the Black Stallion, Johar, and gosh knows how to pronounce it, but I think it's Sagar. And these guys I got originally as a family back in the 80s, I think, when they were released. This would be late 70s, early 80s. In their picture box, I still have the picture box, so these guys were part of my original carpet herd. And so we're going to move down on the next week, so that'll finish it up for this week. Thanks for joining, and we'll carry on. There's some good stuff coming next week, so keep watching. Thank you.